Hello everyone, I'm Juan Ortiz Basso, Tour and Travel Manager at Los Cabos Tourism Board. Welcome you to our first and very special online event. We are preparing this series of webinars to take you a little bit of Los Cabos and our community. Today, we are going to learn how to make your own garden at home with Enrique Silva. But first, we want to give you some updates of our destination. I give the floor to Rodrigo Esponda, our Managing Director.
Hello, everyone. We're very happy to be here tonight. As you know, Los Cabos has been working very hard to make sure that everything is perfect at the destination, and I hope at your home and you personally are perfectly fine. On April 1st, we decided to completely close the destination to be ready sooner to receive your clients and to be here whenever you would like. Then we have extended it to the last day of May, to June 1st, to do this reopening. And we are working very hard in two elements that are going to be important to clarify. One is that we're going to be having a very destination-wide array of protocols and manuals that are going to be implemented all across the supply chain in the tourism. Since your clients arrive to the airport, through the transportation, when they check in at the hotel, to the restaurant or the activities, there's going to be a completely array of different things that are going to be applied at the highest standard as it is being applied in the United States to make sure that it is safe to travel to Los Cabos. The second one is that we are working with everybody to have a organized reopening of the destination in different phases. That is going to start precisely June 1st, and then it's going to be going little by little. Somebody was asking me the other day, what is going to be the status of the destination, because it's going to be reopened and they have some clients coming in June. So the experience and the beauty of this beautiful place that you have is definitely even more beautiful than it was before, because with this bumper time, we are still seeing whales that are not here. But of course, we are launching this series with a very important part of things, that is our second phase of our marketing campaign, that is Los Cabos Awaits You. And precisely the webinar that we are preparing and that Enrique Silva is kicking off as being a celebrity chef of the destination precisely goes to the point that we want you to remember and learn a little bit about this magical place that is Los Cabos. So without further ado, I'm sure that you're going to be learning a lot with Enrique, and you're going to be here or sending your clients soon to this beautiful place that is a paradise, Los Cabos. Looking forward to see you soon. Be safe.
Okay, thank you, Rodrigo. Well, now our promise. We have on the other side our special guest from Tamarindos, Enrique Silva. Enrique was born in Sonora. He studied agriculture engineer, and then he moved to Los Cabos and opened his own restaurant tequila. After that, he started to cultivating his own organic farm, Huerta Tamarindos. He opened Huerta Tamarindos for cooking classes and a spectacular farm to table. Hi, Enrique, how are you?
So in this webinar, what I'm going to show you today is how to make your own salad, okay? From preparation of the soil, I'm going to teach you how to fertilize with home fertilizers, and of course, how to do the planting of these lettuces, mixed lettuces that we're going to plant, and also arugula. So I'm going to give you a little introduction of Tamarindos. Tamarindos is located in Animas Bajas. Animas Bajas is right at the edge of the estuary of San Jose. We are a mile from the ocean and a mile from downtown San Jose. Okay. So one of the special things about Tamarindos is the microclimate that we have here. Okay. Being so close to the ocean and so close to this estuary make us to have a cooler breeze, okay? And the temperature of the soil also is cooler, and in the natural organic soil that we have here is very fertile for the production of many different crops. So, definitely our location at Tamarindos is one of the best things that we have here. Tamarindos farm, it was pre-owned by the family Castro, okay? And they founded this farm in 1888. The construction that you see behind is the farmhouse. It was built at the same time. And I purchased this farm in 2002. And since then, Tamarindos has been created many different things like or cooking school or restaurant. We have also facilities for events. We have our own chickens, production of eggs, production of quail. We have beehives for, of course, that helps also our production of very healthy vegetables, having lots of different bees here year round, of course. And all these things combined make us a very special farm to table operation, okay? And so I hope you enjoy being here with us today in this webinar. We're going to learn, this is going to be our first one, so hopefully we're going to prepare other ones for you so we can learn about organic farming and home farming, okay? So the first thing we're going to do, okay, we're going to prepare our pot, okay? And our pot needs, of course, it needs soil, okay? And it needs also fertilizers, and it needs a structure of the soil, okay? Meaning we're going to put here, first of all, this is our natural soil. It's very important for you that the pot that you have, okay, you can make your own pot or you can have like a box, but remember that the pot must have some holes, okay? And the holes are very important because to drain the water and also for air. So what I'm doing here, I'm just putting one layer of soil, okay? Now we're going to put some grass. This is just a regular grass, or it can be the grass from your lawn, or it can be a dry wheat. Pretty much anything will work. Just make sure it doesn't have seeds, okay? It's important not to have seeds. So we're going to put more soil on top. And now I'm going to add, this is compost. Okay? This compost, put in about half a pound. And this is pig moss, okay?
Enrique, we can buy that earth in the supermarket?
Yes, you can buy it in the supermarket. This one is the pit moss. The pit moss is you can find it anywhere. Okay, the soil, just the soil that you have at home that will work. It doesn't have to be this type of soil. And compost also, you can buy it in the supermarket. So now we have, the pit moss. It definitely helps to give a nice and fluffy structure. So, and the pit moss normally comes with this white pieces of rock, okay? And this is perlita, okay? And perlita is very good for micronutrients and also to give oxygen to the soil. So it is. Then on top, a little bit more of topsoil. Then, so far the fertilizer has been the compost, okay? So now we're going to add another fertilizer, okay? And this fertilizer is quite simple. It's ashes, okay? Ashes from the grill, ashes from the oven, must be from natural wood, okay? Not synthetic charcoal. And this is so simple and so good. This phosphorus and potassium here. Okay? So those are two of the main elements, okay, that the plant needs to grow. Okay. Then another fertilizer that we can add, okay, is crab shells. So these are the shells right here. Okay. So it's just a regular, you know, eggshells. I'm sorry, I say crab shells, but it's eggshells. So what I do, I grind them. Okay, you can put it in a blender, but it's easier this way for me because blenders can be sometimes difficult to wash. So here it is. So we're going to add. These were 2 eggs, and I'm going to put about 1 egg. Okay. So now more topsoil. Okay, so now the pot is ready. All we need now is to bring just a little bit more of this here. And this is how it looks. Okay, it's good that when you have big pieces of soil like this, just later on it will become, once it gets wet, it's going to become a lot easier to work with. But if you make it in the smaller pieces, it's good. Okay, so far here, okay, a lot of times when we planted pots, okay, we just put the soil and then add the plant or the seeds, and that's all we do. But it's very important to have those elements, that the structure of the soil is fluffy, so the water filtrates, okay, and the roots will have a lot of air, okay, and it has a lot of nutrients, easy for the roots to grow. So that's very important. The other step besides the structure is the fertilizers. So nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, those 3 elements must be right here, okay, at all times. So by using this, the ashes, okay, by using eggshells, okay, if you have at home crab shells, it's exactly the same effect, okay? So crab shells or web shells, it will give you calcium and it will give micronutrients, okay, that it will help. It's also very, very good for the nematodes. So nematodes don't like the shells. So the nematodes is something that you don't want to have in your pot, okay? So those 3 things. The compost will give nitrogen, but in a very lower amount. But the best thing about the compost, that the compost will have some eggs, and the eggs, they will become worms, and those worms will produce more nitrogen and will produce also a lot of oxygen inside of the pot. So these 3 elements, they will have the nitrogen, the phosphorus, and the potassium, okay? Then we're going to, what we're going to do right now is just to start planting the two seeds, okay? Or salad, arugula and mixed lettuces. They are very small, both are very small seeds. So it's very important how much we're going to plant it, okay? How deep is going to be the rows that we're going to make, okay? So what we're going to do, you can do it actually with a stick. In this case, I'm going to use it with this knife, okay? I'm going to make 2 rows here. This is one, and the other one here. So basically, the depth of this is about a 1/4 inch, okay? I'm going to do half with arugula and the other half with the lettuce.
Enrique, we have a question.
Yes.
How much time does it take to grow approximately?
Arugula is going to take about 3 weeks to get it about 3 inches height. If you wait another 3 weeks, it will be in 6 weeks, it will be about 10 inches high. So arugula is one of the fastest seeds to germinate. It takes about, if you do it right, it takes about 48 hours, okay? So you wanna have arugula. Arugula doesn't have much pest, okay? So it's quite easy. This is a very, very easy seed. And also, you can produce your own seeds, which is another subject that we're going to talk about later, because it's very important to that you can have your own seeds. I can talk to you about where to get it, you know, especially to start with. You can get it online, very easy, okay, at johnnyseeds.com. Johnny Seeds is the larger producer of organic seeds in the U.S. and it's a employee-owned company, and they have the largest also varietal of seeds available in the United States. Okay, so now we're going to go with the lettuces. Okay, here you see different colors. Okay, and here are about 2 different kinds of lettuces. So they are pretty much the same size of the arugula. And that's what we do. So now this is how it looks like, okay? All we're going to do is put this part right on top and the other one. Like this. Again, let me show you. Some of the seeds are still up, okay? So I don't want to make another hole, so all I do is just wrap more topsoil and put it on top, and it will cover, okay? Okay. Okay, so now we have this planter with 2 different kinds of seeds, the mixed lettuces and the arugula, and they're already covered, okay? So with more topsoil, okay? And all we need to do now is to put water on top.
And we put water every week.
It's better to do it 2 days a week, okay? 2 days a week is the best way to do it. I mean, if for some reason you cannot do it twice a week, do it once a week, but double the amount of water, okay? But best results you get it is you irrigate twice a week, okay? Okay, so now, you know, I put water, but the water is going to consume soon because then I'm going to put water like 2 or 3 times. And after that, all it needs, okay? All it needs is sun, okay? It needs sun and heat, okay? And with sun and heat, in 1.5 to 2 days, the germination of the arugula is going to start. So it's going to break the soil and the plants will come up. Lettuces takes about 5 to 7 days. So it will take a little longer. And all this about the times, you know, or germination is very related to the temperature, okay? And the amount of sun. So in the summer, arugula in Los Cabos germinates in less than 2 days, okay? And of course, in the winter takes an extra day, but no more than that. So this is the way we can have it at home, okay? In planters, or you can do exactly the same way direct on the soil, okay? It's no difference, okay? You must put a little bit of the, you know, again, the compost and the pit moss and a little bit of a dry material, organic dry material, like in this case, we're using grass, okay? Make sure that grass doesn't have a lot of seeds because the seeds will also germinate. So besides that, is one thing we need to add because now the phosphorus and the potassium is pretty much ready, okay? We won't need any more for the whole cycle of these plants, okay? But what we're going to need a little bit is about nitrogen. And nitrogen is the most important element, okay? And We do have a little bit of a nitrogen because the soil by itself will have nitrogen, and also you will find nitrogen in the compost, but that's very, very small percentage. And the compost takes, actually takes some time to deliver that nitrogen. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you how to get the most potent and the best quality nitrogen, natural nitrogen that you can find on Earth. And that's fish sauce, okay? The fish sauce that you can find in the market, okay, that fish sauce is used a lot of in the Asian cuisine, especially the Thai cuisine. Well, that same sauce that we use to, you know, in the kitchen is very strong. It's 9 to 11% nitrogen. It's a very strong smell also, okay? So all we're going to do, okay, we're gonna put it in a sprayer like this. In this sprayer, I already have some water in, okay? And we're going to put about half an ounce, okay? And right now, the seeds itself, the seeds, they don't need any nutrient to germinate, okay? The seeds itself, inside of the seeds, okay, any seed had enough nutrients, okay, and enough energy to create the small plant, okay? So for the first week, okay, the seeds, they don't need anything. It will germinate on paper, it will on plastic or any surface. All it needs is water and it needs some very, very low quantity of light, okay? So we're not gonna use this right now, okay? I'm going to show you how to apply it once it gets larger, okay? Let's say in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, the plants are going to be about the arugula, a couple inches high. This is about 1 inch high, the lettuces. So once we have the leaves already developed, we're going to add this. And all you do is spray, okay? Just spray. And the plants will absorb the nitrogen through the leaves. It's going to be a little stinky, but it's one of the best things that you can do to your plant. Yeah. So this is a very important ingredient to have. This nutrient is the most important nutrient for the plant to have. Without nitrogen, you won't have any plants. Okay, so it's quite simple. You can find it in the market. This you can find it in your backyard, basically. And the eggs, just dry them. Okay, just leave it on the sun for a day, and after that you can grind it. Again, you can use this molcajete or just a regular grinder, or you can put it, if you're going to do larger amounts, you can do it in your blender, okay? So those are the basic elements that we need, okay, to know to grow our own salad at home, okay? We can go for many other crops, let's say beets, okay? Here are the beets. The beet seeds are a lot larger than the arugula, okay? So these are like 10 or 15 times larger than the arugula seeds. So the only, it's exactly the same method. The only difference is that this one is going to be about ½ an inch, okay, depth, okay, the sowing. When you're doing these little channels that I put here, you're going to go a little deeper, okay? ½ an inch, no more than that, and then cover, and then you're gonna have these beautiful beets. Beets, it takes a little longer to mature, okay? You can get like the baby beets that we find in the market. You can get those in about 35 to 40 days, but just to have a larger fruit, you're gonna have to wait for about 80 days, okay? So, well, I hope you enjoyed this webinar, okay? It's very important for you at home to start working with plants. It's a beautiful thing to have. This lettuce, I have one good news, okay? Let's say you have your arugula, If you like it smaller or bigger, same with the lettuce, okay? This lettuce, when you do it like this, it won't make the regular shape of the lettuce. What it's going to do is going to give you just leaves, okay?
Okay.
And the good news is you can harvest them, okay? And after you harvest, well, they grow back, okay? They grow back, and that takes about 2 weeks, and then you can do, in the case of arugula, at least do 4 or 5 different harvests. Lettuce, let's say another at least 3 or 4, okay? And so you can have your own salad for your own use right here, and you can you know, feed yourself for months with this. So of course, you can have several, and then you can have radishes and beets and herbs, of course, and be self-sufficient for this a few things at home. And you don't need much space, okay? The fertilizers, basically, you can take it from home, okay? The topsoil, well, from your place, or you can go and get it from a farm if you want. Compost, you find it in the supermarket, it's same as the pig mulch. So, well, I hope you enjoyed this, and hope to see you soon, sometime, okay?
Okay, thank you, Enrique, for showing us your passion, and we hope visit Tamarindos next. And thank you and all the Tamarindos team.
Gracias, and I hope to see you at Tamarindos. Adios.
Adios. Okay, thank you. If you want to be connected with Los Cabos, you can sign to our newsletter and visit loscabos.travel, or take our online training course, loscabosspecialist.com, and follow us in our social medias, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. And if you have any question, please send me an email to jortiz@visitloscabos.travel. And remember, please, that next Thursday we have our other webinar where we are going to make a cocktail. So please have your ingredients posted on the screen, ready before to start. Rodrigo, do you want to add something to our guests?
No, I just want to thank you for your participation. This has been a very good experience, and I'm sure that we will have many webinars like this soon. Thank you, Enrique, and thank you to the team of Los Cabos Tourism Board, and thank you all for participating.
Thank you. Adios.